Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is Taff's Words, and coming to you in much better circumstances than I have done of late. Certainly, yeah. Well, obviously, the Wesley show got cancelled as I hoped for in the last instalment that I made, and of course, we got the all-needed win at Crewe. And I gotta be fair. I mean, in that second half, because I was there, in that second half, we were as good as we've been all season. I tell you what, that's testament to the fact that Flynn put out a team capable of winning the game rather than some sort of magical fairy tale team that Wesley thought would, in some sort of miracle, win the game for us. Because there's a fan who I'm pretty close to, who obviously used to speak to Wesley on quite a regular basis when he used to come into the crowd at the away games. And whenever he's asked, whenever someone asks him, he shoots people down. If you ask him, "Oh, what's with playing this player? What's with playing that player? What's with this system?" You know, he just used to shoot people down. And their opinions meant nothing. I mean, we're just the people who've been watching the team all season under Feeney and under Wesley. And now under Flynn, thankfully. And our opinion surely got to matter. I wouldn't expect obviously influence and managers, team choices, but I think even the most special of people could influence, could point out to him that playing Jackson ahead of Aaron Williams is mind boggling. Playing six defenders against the worst team in the league, I mean, Jesus, gotta wonder what the guy's on, and then is bullshit in the Football League paper. I tell you something now, in hindsight, if he did really offer his resignation, begging him to stay wouldn't have been the move to make. It'd have been, you're an arsehole, get out of our football club. We're going to give the job to somebody who's actually capable of doing it. But obviously we didn't know that. We were in the middle of a good run at the time, and we just lost it away to Blackpool, and it was one of those. It was just one of those games. But to be honest with you, the board made the call the fans wanted. There was a lot of criticism on of the board up until that moment. Now the word infrastructure is being thrown around, so people are starting to feel a lot better about the future of the football club, which is great because if everybody's on the same page, it gives us the foundations to unite as a full group of supporters and move this club forward together. And tell you something, right? And I think I've said this a few times before. We put ourselves at a constant disadvantage because we can't unite under one banner. We're so segmented, it's unbelievable. And that's where the smaller clubs, with the smaller followings like Barnet and Morecambe and Accrington, always do better than us. The reason for it is because they start off working together, pulling in the same direction. So where they have 1,000 less fans, each. They've got 1,000 more times, the pulling power, that they have as a group of supporters than what we've got. I mean, people could put it down to the different supporter groups. No, it's not the fact that we got a lot of supporter groups. Those supporter groups cover so much between them all. Like the Amber Army, what we do, we fundraise, we work on the atmosphere, in the grounds. The supporters club makes sure, they're giving the club money, but then at the same time they're putting on functions, and obviously they're taking coaches to every single away game every season. The small games are raising money for the academy. The DSA working on disabled supporters, match day experiences. Everybody's got a different job to do, but if we can work it so everybody's moving in the same direction, then we're going to give ourselves an advantage that a lot of the other smaller clubs have and end up using to a good advantage. But now, we're in an era now where we've got Michael Flynn as our manager, and I got to be fair, I'm really over the moon about this because, I mean, things haven't particularly gone to script for this season. They really haven't. What a time for it to start going to script, and what a script we've got here. A local lad, ex-player, won promotion with the club, takes over from the egotistical maniac manager that we just got rid of, and in his first game gets the win, lifts the entire city, gets everybody behind the club, galvanises the club, brings the passion back to the supporters, puts passion in the players, because those players, they were proper right up there. Come on, They want to do this for us. You can see it in them. They want to do this. Flynn will give everything. So what we need to do as supporters is give everything ourselves. Turn up in our droves, a home and away. Obviously, I'm not going to expect everybody to just, ignore their families and, and life commitments and things like that. But if you can get to a game, don't think, I can't be bothered today. If you've got the money to come. You've got one chance to keep this club in the Football League now. And if we keep ourselves up this season, we can build on next season. We can get the next managerial appointment right. If Flinney keeps us up, it's got to be him. He would have earned it. And, the point that I've made is Flynn has been part of 3 of the worst managerial regimes this club has ever seen. Right? I think he's certainly seen an awful lot of what not to do. He was working alongside John Sheridan, so he picked up an awful lot of what to do, and would have worked with Justin Edinburgh and picked up an awful lot of what to do. So, especially with the fact that he's currently studying for his UEFA Pro licence, which is the main qualification in football, in world football. So, for me, he's got the qualifications, he's got the experience. So I can't see any reason why he can't be a bloody good success for us, Another point that was made aware to me is that other fan-owned clubs like us, a lot of them tend to have ex-players or local people, club heroes and things like that as their manager. I mean, you look at Wickham, fan zone, Gareth Ainsworth, over 100 appearances for the club, and look, he's doing really, really well with them, They're coming on leaps and bounds. He nearly went down. He takes over and nearly takes them up. That's the kind of effect, on a fan zone club you can get with an ex-player. Like Neil Ardley at AFC Wimbledon. I thought they'd got promoted to League One last season. They did it, didn't they? They went up. Ardley, and they're doing well this year as well in League One. So taking it step by step. But they've got a manager who's an ex-player of theirs. Tidsdale at Exeter. I mean, a bit of a shaky start, but they've been on a bloody good run of late, and they're being tipped as outsiders for the playoffs now, from relegation candidates to potential playoffs. The one thing that the egomaniac predicted for us, fucking dick. Anyway, so yeah, we've certainly taken things in definitely the right direction, and we just got to follow it up on Tuesday. I think this time next week we could be talking 3 points from safety with a game in hand, when we were talking almost certain relegation. I mean, I know it's a tall order. It's a really, really tall order. We're 9 points from it at the moment. But you imagine if it happened, though, if Flinney keeps us up. Because I say, we got wins in that team. We got goals in that team. We got good attackers in that team. We got defenders in that team. We got a good midfield in that team. And Tom Owen-Evans, what a fucking star he is. Like, he was our best player by a country mile. Well, I wouldn't say a country mile. Dan Butler was phenomenal. You look at that squad as well. I mean, Jazzy Barn Bob come off the bench, looked as good as he's been. Butler was great. Demetrio was great when he came on. Nelson, awesome. O'Brien was great. Bennett was phenomenal. Pipe was as hard working as always before he had to go off. I mean, Bird was a constant pain in the arse to their defenders, as was Alex Samuel. Labardi, not the best first half from Labardi, but the second half was sublime. I mean, if I've missed any players, I do apologise. But Joe Day as well. Fuck me, what a good game he had in goal. It goes to show the confidence plays a big key in Joe Day's goalkeeping game. And when he's got a good defence, he's got his confidence up, and he has a freaking stormer like he did. I mean, their goal was just a bit of luck. Ball trickled across. Player was in the right place at the right time to hit it in the bottom corner. Just one of them goals. Dan Butler's goal was awesome. And then Tom Owen-Evans laying off Labardi, whose first touch was great, set himself up nicely. It wasn't a pretty goal, but who cares how they go in, But no, it was such a joy to go up there and see it, And if we are in the same division as Crewe next year, I would recommend going up. It's only a couple of hours to get there, and you want to see it. There's pubs right by the ground. The parking is great, and there's chip shops all over the place as well. So you're good for food, you're good for pubs, and the ground is it's straight. It's so easy to get to as well. So we're in the same division as Crewe next year, I would recommend more people go there. But no, I mean this weekend's just been great. I mean, well, starting from Thursday, from Flynn taking over, them winning, and then now we're going to go to Morecambe, a team who we really will enjoy sticking it to, especially after what happened down here and after the handball that was never given. It's the feel good factors there. I mean, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram is all lit. It's completely lit with Newport County and fans feeling so much better. We're definitely ending this season on a high. The storm cloud that came with Wesley is cleared. The sun's shining through. I mean, even if we go down now, we're going down in high spirits and we're going down with confidence of bouncing back. So, yeah, definitely a good time to be Newport County at this particular moment. Obviously not a good time to be bottom of the league still, but that could change. That really could. I really do believe it can happen. I'm not going to say I expect it to. No one can. But I think everyone can be on the same page as me and saying that they believe it can. Anyway, guys, I've already taken 11 minutes and a bit of your time. Obviously, you can tell I'm extremely passionate about this, as is a lot of you, I'm sure. So I just want to make the most of this, just being able to say good things on one of these now, it's great, The negativity is going and the positivity is flowing through, the passion's coming back, and I'm really feeling it right now. So let's keep it going. Let's get the support right up as well. We need to get the noise in Rodney Parade, because that's going to need to be our fortress if we're going to stand any chance. We have to get the home games. We have to win them. Okay, so thanks again for watching, guys, and I hope plenty of you are going to go to Morecambe on Tuesday night. I can't go because I work till 5. I can't expect many people to get there, but hopefully, there'll still be a few that'll get to go there. Certainly then when we come back, and I think it's Blackpool then on Saturday, I'm hoping we're going to get a 3,000 crowd there. I think Flinny's certainly drawing people from across the city who wouldn't usually come. I've seen statuses of people saying that they're going to come now because Flinny's manager. That's great. Get more fans down there. Let's get more people behind this team. If we show our support, I'm sure they can do it. So yeah, that's 12.5 minutes now I've taken. So sorry about that. Anyway, thanks again for watching, and I'll speak to you again next time. Hopefully with more positive words. Up the county. Cheers.